Hey everybody. Um, so I'm going to talk today about my reading strategy and just give you a couple examples on how I would teach it and what I would present to the class as I teach it. So I decided to do reciprocal teaching, and the main concept behind reciprocal teaching is to give your students the responsibility to lead their own groups. And as they lead these groups, they'll be given roles. So they put these roles together, and I would hand out cards to let them know which role they had. The first one is The first one I have here is clarify, question, predict, and summarize. I would before they know what these are, we would do it as a big group. So I would slowly implement this and introduce them to be the teacher to like lead, but I would lead them before to make sure they know what they're doing. As they are given these cue cards, they would already understand what each of them mean. One way you can do this is you can print it on cards. You can laminate these cards, set them out to let them know, just to reinforce what they mean. So the predictor is going to predict what's going to happen based on the title of the article that they're reading or the images that they see. I would probably do this with just articles or passages that they would do, nothing really bigger than that. The next person, the person who's going to clarify, she's going to have examples of what she is confused about, what he or she is confused about, or what they don't understand. And they would also address questions that the questionnaire would bring forward. So the questionnaire would focus on who, what, when, where, why, or how. And then the summarizer would talk about what they learned and just once they stop at the point that they're supposed to be done reading, just summarize everything that they have read. As they talk about their role, they would highlight in their article what each group member talked about. Another thing they could do is use sticky notes. They could post sticky notes on the article where they had questions or what they summarized or what they're going to clarify. An interesting thing you could add to this is to create pictures for the cue cards to kind of give a definition to what their role is going to be. So the predictor, some ideas that I found where the predictor could be like a globe, so they just know, so they can predict what's going to happen. You know, you rub it or you shake it. The questionnaire could be a big question mark, or or clarify. It could be a magnifying glass. I don't know. They had a lot of different ideas that you could associate with this reciprocal teaching. And the assessments that could go with this are going to be filled out with the graphic. There's going to be a graphic organizer. They're going to fill out what each person talked about. And I saw a few examples, but I just drew one out to show you an example of what they mostly look like. One name for it was called the Fab Four. So I just put that in the middle with each section marked off as one of the lead roles, as one of the roles of the reciprocal teaching. And everything that I found talked about doing it in groups of four. So just the main thing with this reading strategy was let the students lead what they are given the role to do. It helps put it into just one group, and just have many examples on what they need to say during their time, just to help them, just to give them a reference on what their job is and what their role is to do as the lead in the teaching group. So, all right.